And yeah, speaking of Hot 105, you have the best of both worlds, James T and your boy Rick Party. What is that like? How does it feel to have both of them under the same umbrella again?
Again, we all work together at 99 Jams.
Right, yeah.
And after I was not James's partner anymore on 99 Jams, after they had moved him to Hot, I became Rick's partner on the morning show. And so, it's funny because different styles, different people, but still the love of radio and what we love doing and want to do for the community comes through with everyone who's on air. And, with you now, I'm sure you will find that this mic that you have in front of you is a powerful, powerful weapon, good or bad, but particularly more for good. Because if you really are going to serve the community, then this is a way you can do it.
And I totally agree. I know it's not just about music, but it's also about the community as well. And that's what I take with true passion.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you are going to, do good, there may be somebody having a 5K run, or they're having a car wash to save money for a scholarship fund, or, whatever. If you can help them by announcing that so that they can get more people to come out, if you can show up and MC an event, which is what's going to happen, watch.
Yeah, and I would not mind doing that at all.
All right. Once you're a radio personality, the community, truly, if they embrace you, they see you as theirs. They see you as Brandon's my brother. Brandon's my homeboy. Tamara's my sister. She's my girlfriend. I can hang out with her. So, they embrace you, and you want that because you will never lose relevance as long as people recognize you and know that you are community driven.
All right, cool. And that's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. And I have another question for you. After, 99 Jams and News Talk 10 a.m., the People's Station.
Wow, you have read my resume.
Yes, done my homework. You were at the Coast, well, now it's 97.3 with Julie Guy and those two girls in the morning. What was that like?
That was amazing because 97.3 The Coast really was a lot of fun for me. It was an era of music that I grew up in, 80s, 90s, and, today.
Yeah.
And that was our slogan, the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Yeah. 97.3 The Coast. And so, I'm reliving my childhood and reliving my teen years and the music that I loved. That was the 80s. And then the 90s was the music where I went and partied and had fun in the clubs.
Sure.
Yeah. And of course the music of today. And just working with Julie, truly we were sisters. We really were. And I love the show. We are still very close to this day.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. I just talked to her the other day. I just talked to her the other day. I mean, we talk all the time. So definitely it was an experience. And I always say, too, if you can be multicultural or if you can work different formats, that's a better way of saying it. If you can work different formats, don't pigeonhole yourself into working one format, whether that's a rock format or a hip-hop format or urban AC. You want to be able to work in all of them. Since you have looked at my resume, I've worked in urban AC. I've worked in, when I say urban AC, urban adult contemporary. Right, for those folks who don't know. Urban AC, I've worked in AC, I've worked in news talk, and I've worked in hip hop. So I've worked in 4 different genres, which means that I'm marketable.
Yes, and that's what it's about.
Absolutely, absolutely, because you never know where you're going to end up.
Exactly.
Your career is not going to begin and end in Miami. You may end up in Cincinnati. You may end up in Dallas. You may end up, in San Francisco. You just never know.
True.
Yeah, so you've got to be able to adapt and know all music. Don't, like I said, don't just pigeonhole yourself to one genre of music. Know what's going on. So that means watching Grammys, watching VH1 awards, watching all these award shows, just to be well-rounded.
Yes, that's what it's also about. And growing up as a kid, I watched, multiple channels, not just BET and whatnot. I watched MTV and VH1 as well.
Exactly. And you've got to, because with this industry that we're in, and besides the fact that all the genres cross over anyway, I mean, you could hear Bruno Mars on an urban AC station. You can hear him on an AC station. You can hear him on a pop station. So he can go every kind of way. Taylor Swift is no longer country. She's pop. Depending on what song she's released, she may even be on a rock station. So, Yeah, so you've got to know all of these genres, and you've got to know who the artists are, and you've got to have a passion for radio.
Yes, that is very true. And speaking of passion as well and different artists, I know you are a big fan of Michael Jackson.
Oh, man. The one and only.
Yes.
The one and only. There will only be one. Although I have been known to say and have said and put it in writing on my Facebook page, Bruno Mars. Watch out.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars. I said it 2 years ago before he really hit it big. I was like, this guy is going to be huge. He is multi-talented. He can sing. He can dance. He put me in the mind of a very young Michael Jackson. And then, of course, 2 years later, he's doing freaking Super Bowl halftime shows.
Yeah.
So, way to go, Bruno. You proved me right.
And hey, who knows? Maybe he'll be the next, the person that lives on that radio, because in the studio we have Michael Jackson, as a poster. Yes.
Everybody that we have here, we have. Wait till you see, some of the stuff that we have at our station. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, we love Michael Jackson. We love him, love him, love him. You know what? He's just one of those artists that truly only comes around, I honestly feel, once in a lifetime. There never will be another person who could cross all genres, who is multi-talented, who just embodied everything. I mean, people loved this man. And unfortunately, whatever demons he may have had personally, and it might have been because of all this adoration, that he didn't grow up as a normal kid, whatever normal is these days. But yes, number one fan, you're talking to her right here.
I knew it.
Yep. I actually bought tickets to see the Immortal show, the Cirque du Soleil Immortal show, when it came here. And I'm going to Vegas in a couple of weeks, and I will be seeing One, which is also based on Michael Jackson. So,
cool.
I am the number one Michael Jackson fan.
Awesome. Well, I'm proud that there's another Michael Jackson fan, a true one.
Absolutely.
Like myself.
Absolutely. I'm going to go so far as to say that I did win the Michael Jackson trivia contest on Carnival Cruise Lines in 2011.
Cool.
Yes, I got 24 out of 25 right, and I was so mad about the one that I missed. Oh, I was so mad. And just, the question was, who directed the Bad video. And I knew Martin Scorsese directed one for him, and I put Martin Scorsese, and it was Deming, the guy who did Silence of the Lambs. That's who it was that directed it. And I was like, I missed it. But 24 out of 25 ain't bad.
No, that's still not bad. That's great.
So I still have my little trophy sitting at my house where I won that trivia contest.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I do want to thank you so much for joining us, and once again being the first special guest on Radio Soul. It makes my day.
Well, thank you very much, and I am so happy that you chose me to be the first guest.
Oh, absolutely.
And I wish you well in this journey, and know that it is going to be a journey.
Yes, I'm very sure. And speaking of, journey, do you have any additional words for anyone else, like us at Radiate and FIU Student Media and other student media outlets that are, aiming to strive into the world of mass media and radio?
I would just tell everyone, don't give up, get those internships, because in commercial radio, no one's going to let you touch their $100,000 board if you've never done an internship or you've never been in a radio station and you don't know how things are. Sacrifice the time. If you got to come in and intern in the evenings or early morning or even on the weekends, you've got to get that in, because again, if you want to work in a top 20 market, that's Orlando. Top 50 market is West Palm Beach. Top 12 market is Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
It's very rare that you can come right out of school with no experience and be on a top market station. So definitely get that internship, learn how to work the board, and just be involved in the community. Trust me, you will last longer if you are.
All right, well, there it is. An exclusive interview on Radio Soul, the New Jack Kid for WRGP Radiate FM. Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you.